we feel we are not students anymore, or the school's code of ethics would not apply when we are out. And I think that, you see, at the heart of all of this, we should be questioning the school authorities. Why do they allow these things to happen? And why do they not crack the whip? When the CID boss threatened Swesco to produce the boys who misbehaved, they produced them, right?
Yeah.
Good. Why did they do that? And who are the people who fronted the release of the boys?
Okay.
It was obviously the school authorities. They had to go in the Swesbus. That's the name of the school.
Yes.
Swesbus.
Yeah.
When they went for the boys, the school authorities had to make sure even the students pointed out the people who misbehaved. It means that at that time, the school authorities still had control. But why don't they make the students feel that, look, if you go out there and go and misbehave under our flag or under our badge, with our badge, we'll punish you. You think the students will not be cautious when they step out?
They will be.
Why is it that when we go to Interco, you never hear Bocho boys fighting? Oh, no.
Yeah.
You never hear Bocho boys engage in fights.
That's true.
You rarely hear Ogasco boys engaging in fights. But you find that Disco boys and somebody else. Is it that the teachers in Ogasco and Infantipim are able to get the boys to be disciplined enough when they go out, and Adisco is not doing the same, or Agri is not doing the same, or Cape Tech is not doing the same? That is where the problem is. When we go to Interco and Supazo, how many times do you hear pre-sec students going to misbehave? Rare. Why is it that Akaka boys are misbehaving? Why are Kwenas boys misbehaving? When we go to Ashanti region, why are the boys misbehaving? They have some school, there's a technical school there. They beat everybody, and you see, we've normalized these things.
Okay.
Right. Why is it that when the girls' schools come out, they comport themselves?
Yes.
We don't see the girls engaging in fights.
But it's the boys.
Or we are the only hot-blooded ones. No, Nathan. Discipline.
Okay, we'll come back to this. Let me go to the line. Our colleague with ATLFM, Dr. Asante Foucault, is joining us. We'll try and get an understanding of what exactly happened on the ground, and then we'll pick the conversation from there. Okay, in Cape Coast. Okay, all right. Doc, good morning. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
My brother, good morning to you. Thanks for having me.
Can you just paint the picture for us so we get an understanding, as to what exactly happened between, or in that clash between some students of Adesadel College and some students of Agri Memorial, leading to 6 Agri Memorial students being arrested during the Interco?
Thank you very much. The issue never happened in the stadium.
Okay.
It happened outside the stadium.
Okay.
When we had done with the competition, and some of the students of Addis-Ababa were going to their school. Normally in Cape Coast, especially the boys' schools, mostly walk to their schools after competitions, and most of the classes happens at that end. So in this case, the Addis-Ababa, 3 of them were leaving to school after the competition. Then they met these Agri guys who said, for some years now, our predecessors have told us, you came to misbehave and you beat them. This is our time to revenge. Then 2 of them escaped. Then he couldn't escape because he couldn't run as the others. And they had him, and there were so many things that happened. Prior to the event, in fact, I was the announcer at the stadium, in addition to Mr. Hope. So then we saw something happening behind the stadium. We saw the Adisco guys moving in there. Then they asked us to announce nobody should go anywhere when we are done with the competition. So the Addis Ababa headmaster, I personally said, please announce that all Addis Ababa guys moving out there should stop. Not knowing there were some classes there. So we stopped it. Security were there, so they stopped it. Then we continued with the event. After the event, that this other thing also happened. So within the circles inside the stadium, it doesn't happen. The worst that may happen is the throwing of sachet water. Aside that, those fights doesn't happen. But outside the stadium, these are where some of these things happen. So this is exactly what happened at Cape Coast last week.
I see. So it means that it kind of started during the intercom, and then it all came together after the session?
We had some few skirmishes in there. Then it was stopped.
Okay.
Then the security came in and said, if you are a student, don't move unless your bus is ready.
Okay.
They instructed. I made the announcement. If I wasn't there, I was okay. I wasn't there, but I made the announcement. I've forgotten the policeman's name. I would have mentioned it on radio. He asked me to announce not once, not twice, but thrice.
Okay.
That don't move out, especially at this other college, because you see, there is a history between Adisadel, Cape Tech, and Agri.
Okay,
it's been there for some time now.
And what is that history between the three schools?
The history is Adisadel and Cape Tech were in one group. At any time, they try to compete for the highest point. So there was that rivalry. So at any time, they will fight. At any time, they will fight. Then, for some time now, Agri also came into the picture. I remember about 3-4 years, Adisco walked to Agri. They vandalized the place. Agri also came to it. Even their buses got spoiled. Then they brought everything to a peace and halt. They punished the students involved, though. So that issue has been there. So, not knowing for some 2 years now, they try to prevent all the technical schools are not part of the main interco. They have their own competition.
Okay.
So they are not part. So, but anytime there is an activity or there's a sport event, you will see the Cape Tech guys coming in to support whoever I decided would want to fight, especially if it is in front of them. You hardly see the in front of them guys doing some of these things. But at any time when they see that, hey, I decided we want to threaten in front of them, then the Cape Tech guys come and say, yes, we are here to support our brothers. We are all technical school, so we never allow you to bully them. So this fight has been there for some time now. And just last week, it triggered between Agri and Adisadel. You see, sometimes the Cape Tech guys will be not in their school uniform. They will come and support Agri to fight Adisadel, or to support any school trying to fight Adisadel because of that old rivalry which is in existence.
I see. Wow, this is quite interesting. So, following that, there were news reports that 6 students of Agri Memorial had been arrested. Is that the case? Can you confirm that?
Yes, I'm yet to confirm that exactly, because I know there are some arrests have been made.
Okay.
I'm yet to confirm that exactly.
Okay. There was another incident also involving Swedru Business School, I think. What can you tell us? Was it also in relation to the same intercore event?
Yes, it was. We have 5 zones in Central Region. We have Zone 1, which is made up of Adisadel, Fantaman Girls, Agri, Ghana National, and other schools. We have Zone 2, which happened, that's where those things happen. At Swedru, you have Swedru, Kwenyako, Obrachre, and those schools surrounding in those areas. You have Zone 3, which is made up of Augustins, Infantepim, Wesley Girls, Holy Child, and some of the schools in there. We have Zone 4, which is made up of the Ascent schools. Then Zone 5, which is made up of the Dunkwanofen area and all those schools. So it is grouped into zones. So they do it one after the other. Then last week was that of Zone 1, then Zone 2. So the issue happened in Zone 2 at School of Business, Swesbu, where that unfortunate incident happened. So it is Zone 2. It is part of the Central Region zones that thing happened. So that means, unfortunately, Central Region, we've been in the bad news for a week now.
Yes, I can imagine. You must be worried because you were at the intercourse. So to see that a sporting event has degenerated into this incident, it must be really worrying for you. My colleague Raymond Yamado is here. He attended at this at the Ray, do you have a question for Doc Asante?
I just wanted to find out where the earlier incident happened. Which stadium was it?
Okay, yeah, Doc.
The earlier incident, you see, the one happened at Swedru, and the other one at Cape Coast. So previously, we were doing all the intercourse at the Desert College. Now we do that at Cape Coast Sports Stadium.
Okay.
So it happened at Cape Coast Sports Stadium.
Okay, that's right.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Doc. Thank you so much for that. I'm sure we'll get back if there are any updates and if you want some more clarity on the incidents there. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my brother.
That was ATLFM's Dr. Asante Foucault giving us some context to what happened. Ray, I was asking him about the arrest. Now, I will be playing the voice of the Swiss Boost student who was attacked. But just a second, before we get into that, if you go to graphic.com, right? It says that the Central Regional Command, now this story was published on the 24th of February yesterday, and it says the Central Regional Command of the Ghana Police Service has arrested 6 students in connection with the alleged assault of a final year student of Adisadel College in Cape Coast. According to a press release dated February 24, the suspects, all students of Agri Memorial Senior High School, were handed over to the Kotokara police station by school authorities on the evening of February 20 after reports that they had attacked Rexford, Owusu and San at Pedu Junction earlier that day. Preliminary investigations indicate that the incident occurred after the final day of an intercollegiate sports festival at the Cape Coast Stadium. So that feeds into what Asante Foucault was saying. The victim was reportedly leaving the venue with 2 friends when the suspects confronted them, allegedly over whether they attended Adisadel College before launching the attack. Police say the victim's companions managed to escape, but he was overpowered, beaten and robbed of his iPhone 17 Pro Max, shoes, and approximately 1,400 cedis in cash. He sustained serious injuries and was initially treated at the stadium clinic before being referred to the Cape Coast Regional Hospital, where he was discharged on the 22nd of February. Medical reports indicated that the student suffered a fractured bone near his right eye, leaving him unable to open it with concerns about severe damage to the eyeball. The Central Regional Police Command has condemned the violence and assured the public that due process would be followed, emphasizing that the juvenile suspects would face the full rigors of the law if found culpable. Investigations are ongoing.
You see, Nathan, this Adisadel Agri matter, you know, I don't know when, but it's interesting. You know, with most of these things, it is caused by, or the triggers are always things that are never serious.
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember when we were in school, there was this football match. We played at Siudu Park. Siudu.
Yeah.
That day, I could beat Adisco by 5-1. Instead of going back to school after our defeat, we attacked the Agri Memorial bus. In fact, when I say we, me, I was not part. I don't have the strength. But our schoolmates attacked the Agri Memorial bus. He had to take the intervention of the police and the school authorities to move us back to school. You know, between Adisco and Siudu Park, it's not too far. So we walked from Adisco to Siudu Park.
Okay.
And they had to find a way to gather all of us to move back. But, Nathan, the only reason why we were going to fight Agri that day was because we lost a football game.
Okay.
And you ask yourself, why should this be happening why should that have even happened in the first place? So, the boys pelted stones at the bus, they destroyed the bus, they found a way to take the bus away. The students went back to school. Immediately there was a roll call, so everybody was called to order that time. But later, this thing has continued. So anytime there's an Agri, Adisco class somewhere, competition somewhere, there's tension. So I think as part of trying to deal with the challenges of the fights, I'm sure they took the technical schools out. Because when we were in school, Cape Tech were participating in our games as well.
Yeah.
And they were very violent as well. So every time, the night before Interco, everybody's talking about Cape Tech and fight. Cape Tech and fight. Cape Tech, and if they do this, we'll fight. There are stones somewhere, they've packed stones somewhere, they'll be throwing. I mean, Nathan, there's preparation before Interco and Supazo for fight. And all these things happen on campus. You know, and we've normalized it. It's almost as if when we are going for some of these games where talents are supposed to be nurtured, where we are supposed to see the next generation of athletes the country may have, or some of the best athletes, their career path and where they'll end up. Nathan, we might with the violence. And I'm happy today it is coming out. It's coming out because of social media. because people are recording what is happening and putting it out.
Yeah, that's true.
But otherwise, Nathan, in the past, people have lost their eyes, lost their hands,
I mean,
lost their legs.
Crazy things have happened.
People have died.
Crazy things have happened.
You know, and I think that's, discipline. Order must be maintained. Look, in fact, Nathan, if it's even academic rivalry, should it result in fights?
No, not at all.
You understand?
There's just no basis.
There's no basis for this thing they do.
For the end, or there's no basis for the conclusion to be a physical encounter where.
And then this other part, at this school say our boy is infantiman, so why should Bocho boy come and talk to her? Why some flimsy reasons why they go and they engage in fights. Flimsy. These ones are our girls. Why are you coming to talk to our girls? We saw an angry boy talking to our girls. Angry boys will also say, don't come and talk to our girls. We don't. What is this? That's, you see, at the base of it, these things. Nathan, what are these issues?
I agree with you. They are trivial and they should end at just banter and things. But it really goes beyond that. Listeners, let me Immortal. So this is the Swedru Business School student, right, who was attacked. Okay, because we have this voice. I just want to know. I just want to get the correct voice. Okay. Yes. Oh, okay, all right. So this is the student of Ewutu Obratre Senior High Technical School. Okay. Now, what is the context of this voice? Now, a student was attacked. Now, again, if you go to graphic.com, the story is there. It was published on the 24th of February. So a lot of the stories are there. And it says an Obratre Senior High School student who was violently attacked during a district inter-schools athletics competition at Agona Swedru has called for the arrest and prosecution of those responsible. Okay? Akpeka Kovi Fiajigbe. I hope I said it right way. Or Fiajigbe.
No,
Fiajigbe.
you got the first one right. Yeah,
so Akpeka Kovi Fiajigbe sustained facial injuries and lost a tooth after he was allegedly pelted with stones by students of Swedru School of Business during the competition. Now let's listen to the student Akpeka Kovi Fiajigbe speaking or recounting the said incident that he suffered.
You are the victim. What exactly caused this festival?
They threw stone at me when I was looking for a place to sit, so that I'll use the medicine on my eye. That's what happened.
So you were basically just looking for a place to sit?
Yes, it happened unexpectedly.
Okay. So, but tell us, you're saying you didn't do anything to provoke?
No, I didn't do anything. I was just standing there. And they started throwing the stones.
What happened when they started throwing the stones?
I wasn't looking. When I turned, I saw my colleagues running, but I didn't know what was happening. So by the time I realized, the stone came to hit me.
So you're saying you didn't do anything to these particular students?
No, I didn't do anything to them.
What would you want to be done in this particular situation?
I want them to be arrested and anything that the government wants to do to them.
What's your full name?
My name is Akpeka Kovi Fiajigbe.
So that was Akpeka Kovi Fiajigbe, student of the Obratre Senior High Technical School, attacked
Sporty FM
by students of Swedru School of Business. Credit to TV3. This is an interview TV3 conducted. So it is their interview that we are replaying. Yeah. So credit to TV3 for that audio. Hey, he said he was looking for a place to sit to apply medicine to his eye, and that's it.
They just beat him like that. Nathan, it's sad, eh? It's sad. And it's worrying, Nathan. It's very worrying. Nobody should suffer this. And you see, most of these boys, this is Akpeka Kovi you are talking about. It's possibly one of the boys who would go to Interco just to go and watch what's happening and then go back to his hostel.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not prepared to go and fight anybody. He's not prepared to go and engage in any battle. Okay. But look at the unfortunate incident that has caused him, potentially even a life-threatening injury to his eye.
Yeah.
how do I even put it? A sight-threatening injury.
Yeah.
Nathan, this thing shouldn't be happening. Look, I'm telling you, Nathan, you see, at the heart of these things, we should be questioning the school authorities.
Yeah.
What they hear and what they know before intercolleges, before these competitions. Because you see, and I'll stick to Cape Coast because that is what I know. In the past, the school boys used to go to Agri to go and enjoy their entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Saturday night. Because boys school, mixed school. They go and go and join and go and entertain themselves.
What are they doing there in the first place?
Oh, the boys want to go and enjoy. When you're in the boys school for a long time, they want to go and enjoy. So, once upon a time, Adisco boys were attacked when they went to Agri to go and do their usual entertainment with the girls and the boys. Okay. I know that started, a bit of tension along the way. That was when we were in school.
Yeah.
It sparked off something. Then to the football games and everything. So that tension has been there. So when Agri at this school, a bit of fracas because the boys were denied access to the girls once upon a time during entertainment. All of those things have happened before. But what I'm saying is, when it is time for interco, the special preparation for fight, it happens on campus. Special preparation, so the stones they throw, they don't pick the stones from the pitch. The stones are weapons that some carry. Yeah, they
put it in their bags and things.
And they even gather them somewhere.
Okay.
So when it's time, everybody will go and run and take them. When I was in Form 1, there was a fight. I just go keep take. Falling ahead, falling. A PE master, sports master. He stood in front of the house. You see, there's this house that faces the pitch. It's called the Brazilian. He stood at the top. He said, Medra, they are beating your boys. What are you doing there?
Who's this said Medra?
When you hear the news, you know. Okay. No, you see, and then what happened? It triggered a reaction from the big boys. They came down to go and fight. And I'm saying that, what role do the PE masters and the teachers play when it comes to this? That one, nobody's talking. Because there's proper preparation the night or days before interco. That if there's a fight, you must react. You must attack.
Okay.
So I'm saying that this thing, we have to go back to the schools. We have to go back to the school.
Go back to the
we
schools.
have to ask questions.
Okay.
A lot of questions have to be asked. This one, I've seen it
You've
myself.
seen, yeah. I mean, we've
So I'm speaking from experience. I can't fight. So you can't come and tell me that, when they attack, go and fight. Even their cadets, they're cadets. Nathan, I remember there was this cadet major. His belt, it was full of spikes. When we are going to interco, you put it, you put it across his body. And then there's one that you wrap around his hand, ready to, Nathan. And all of these preparations. So ask
so it's almost like,
why is it that you are going to watch interco
and
but
then
you have this,
knowing that. So it's almost like you are prepared because it's part of the hostility.
we are just going to watch games. We are just going to watch our teams perform and then go back home. And that's why I'm saying that you don't get the Butcher boys doing this. Okay, you don't get them doing this. Most of the time, you don't see Ogasco boys doing this.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Agri side, the Cape Tech side, the Disco side,
okay,
they're always ready to fight.
Let's listen to the CID boss. CID boss is COP Lydia Donko. She visited Swedru School of Business following the said attack on the Obratre high school student. And then this is what she had to say when she met school authorities at the Swedru School of Business.
That is your shirt they are wearing. So if somebody's wearing your shirt, that's why I wanted to start by saying, are you confirming that is your shirt or your uniform? Somebody has worn your uniform to create such a scene or to conduct himself in such a manner. It is giving your school a bad name. So I'm sure you are concerned that is your school shirt. That's because I wanted you to confirm that is your school shirt. So if that is your school shirt and somebody has worn it, is attacking a fellow human being in such a manner, as a school, you should be concerned to find out who are the people behind that shit wearing it. Also, to hand them over to the police. So I am mentioning now that I am giving you 24 hours to produce the people in that shit who attacked the boy. And 24 hours starts now. Because as law enforcement, when incidents of this nature occur, and we have to investigate, we have to arrest, we have a number of ways in which we can make that arrest. But because this is a school environment, we are not going to adopt one of those means. That is why I'm giving you as school authorities that task to produce them. And if you fail to produce them, the means by which law enforcement employs to fish out suspects, we are going to adopt it. But because this is a school environment, and other innocent students who are not part of the sports or were not part of that assault, because what we are seeing, it is not an act of indiscipline by students. It is a criminal act, which is clearly spelled out in our Criminal Offences Act. You understand? So if we are going to arrest people based on offences that are committed under the Criminal Offences Act, the police will not do what I've asked you to do to produce them. We will adopt means by which other people who are not concerned might be found wanting in it. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So I don't want to storm this school in my name, because if I was going to do it, everybody will be affected. So I'm giving you that opportunity in 24 hours to produce the people in your shirt. Hand them over to the police, or else you will come here. So now I'm going to make my statement. Are you ready? The Ghana Police Service has taken note of a disturbing video circulating on social media depicting acts of violence against a student of Owusu Ibrahim Senior High Technical School by another school during the interzonal athletics competition held in Abuna Swedru. And as I've just mentioned, we are currently at the Swedru School of Business, and the people in the video have been identified as people wearing the shirts of Swedru School of Business. So the school has been tasked to produce those people for further investigations. The service views the incident with the utmost seriousness and unequivocally condemns the criminal acts seen in the video. A comprehensive review of the footage is underway, and efforts to identify everyone involved have been intensified. No person connected to these acts will be shielded from accountability. As I mentioned earlier, the school authorities have been given 24 hours to produce the students captured in the video to assist with the investigations. It is sad to note that the Ghana Police Service has recorded reports of similar violent incidents involving students in other educational institutions across the country. And I must mention that this morning I've just been informed that a student of Adisabel College was also attacked violently last Friday by students of Agri Memorial School. And after I leave this place, I'm going to tackle that incident as well. Data from the Statistics Research and Monitoring Units of the Ghana Police Service indicates that in 2025, a total of 38 cases of student violence was recorded across the country, with the Upper East region recording 14 cases, the highest number nationwide. So far this year, 3 of such cases have been recorded. The Swedru School of Business is one. The next is the Adisabel School and Agri Memorial, which I'm going to identify and tackle as I've earlier mentioned.
So that's the CID, let me get her title right, Director General of the CID, COP Lydia Donko, speaking with the people at the Swedru School of Business. Raymond, she said that nobody will be shielded.
No.
Nobody.
No.
And she was giving some numbers, right? Said they've had all kinds of data, statistics. Some, I think she mentioned that somewhere up north, 14 incidents had been recorded. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is terrible. Yeah, this is really, really terrible.
No, Nathan. I mean, if care is not taken, those coming up would always lay. And they would always have it at the back of their minds that, look, there's a beef between us and the school.
Yeah.
So we have to continue
Yes.
it. When it's at 10, we'll carry on. I mean, it has to stop at a point.
We have two gentlemen in the studio. They also give us their own experiences of some of these things. We have Humphrey Vanderpoy. He's a former student of St. Thomas Aquinas. And then we have also Yeboah, former student of Amasaman Senior High. Guys, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Doing great.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. They are looking sharp this morning.
You know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are trying to keep up with
you. Humphrey, let me start off with you because my producer told me about your own experience, St. Thomas Aquinas and ATTC clashing. When was that, last year?
Oh, it's been over the years.
Over the years?
Yeah.
So in your time too,
In
you
my
had
time,
your
we
own
had our
installment.
own issues and
I
all
see.
that, yeah.
So just tell me your experience and what you think is the cause. Were you ever told why the two schools would often clash during interco?
Okay, so personally, I never asked why, and then we weren't also told why the schools clash. But then from my experience, sometimes it's the superiority complex. One school feels they are bigger than the other and wants to dominate over all the schools. So when you come to Greater Accra, let's say ATTC wants to feel that we are stronger and we are the best among all the schools. So that's why sometimes some of these issues come up.
I see.
Yes.
And in your time, so typically these fights would happen. Is it on the final day or first day? Or just tell me your experience, what you witnessed in your time.
So in my time, it was mostly on the final days. Last days are dangerous, as they say. Yeah.
I see. Oswald, thank you so much for joining us. Did you also experience anything in your time?
Oh yes, please.
Okay.
Always.
I see.
This problem, I always see. Since I've been seeing it online, I always say it's not a now problem. It has been there for long. But due to the presence of social media now, we are now witnessing the intents of certain things that happen. I can say worse has happened than this.
Okay.
But sake of social media, we are now witnessing the ones that we are seeing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you experienced? What are some of the things you saw? And which schools were the ones involved in some of these incidents?
A lot. Some are filthy, some are, pardon my words, some are very, very appalling. Some are inhuman. You can see, I don't know how people think. You can see your fellow human and just injure him. Sake of, there's no tangible reason for you to see your fellow human being and then injure him.
Okay.
So which schools did you witness?
Okay,
fighting
mostly
during that time?
it's between the technical schools, then the secondary secondary schools, the TVET, then the other messages. So mostly you see ATTC, mostly ATTC.
Okay.
Since the time I attended SHS till now, they have been banned always.
They've always been
they are
banned.
always there.
Yeah.
Even when they've been
Been
banned,
banned, but
they are always
there.
at the venue.
They sometimes find colleagues in other schools to take their school uniforms from other schools, put it on, and then come in.
So if that's the case, how are you able to identify that they are from ATTC if they are wearing other
So
uniforms?
You may not be able to identify that they are from ATTC because they are in other uniforms, but then when they come in, their actions and activities they do should give the security and hints that these people are not directly from the school.
Okay.
And also the students, most of the students know themselves.
Yeah.
So if I know you are not from my school, if I see you, I know that you are not.
Okay, you are able to tell who is in your school and who's not. I'm told last year there was a clash between St. Thomas Aquinas and ATTC where they were fighting all over the place, all over. Humphrey, just tell us about that. I don't know whether you experienced or you saw this particular incident because my producer says it happened last year. Were you at St. Thomas Aquinas last year?
No, please.
Okay, so you can't. But did you hear?
I
Did
think
you hear of
was
it?
a ban.
I heard of it, but then I didn't follow much on that at the time.
Ray, I don't know if you have any.
Yeah, I
info.
think there was a ban. There was a ban after that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was when Titus Glover was regional minister.
Yes, I thought I heard something like that.
Yeah. So and it was because of Quinas and and their issues. Yes. So, but Nathan, this, just like they are saying, these things have been happening. Okay, these things have been happening, but the real reasons why these things happen, we've not really been able to eliminate or identify and try to find a way to manage situations when we go to inter-school sports competitions. We've struggled to figure out exactly what causes it because we don't even know what causes it. Okay? A few students will tell you it's because of power play. I'm better than you, that kind of thing. So when you beat me, you can beat me on the field. I want to beat you physically. you get it. Some would say you've gone for their women.
Valid point.
So when those things happen,
I mean that's true.
You can a lot of these things you can document. To even say you want to get to the root cause and eliminate.
But getting to the root cause is a critical part of solving the problem.
Yes, you see, but because of you can't really place a finger on what really causes the issue. Today is this, tomorrow is that. Somebody has snatched somebody's phone. Somebody's talking to somebody's girlfriend. Somebody has won a race that this one felt they should have won. Someone feels they were cheated. Then, all sorts of things happen.
Okay, let me get back to Humphrey and Oswald.
Yes,
what do you think can be done to try and curb this? Because it looks like if nothing is done, it will keep happening and will have more serious consequences. What do you think can be done to try and keep this under control?
First of all, we need to check most of our students. Most of these things happen as a result of misunderstandings. And then it's all from the mindset. We say charity begins at home. If indeed charity begins at home, we should have managed students who would know that this act I'll be engaging in or going this way or that way shouldn't be a good thing.
Okay.
Yes. So sometimes the training and then the circumstances and environments which some of the students find themselves in has made such activities a normalized routine for them. So, for instance, you find somebody staying at Choco or Nima, misbehaving in the environment. He comes to senior high school, he finds people who can click with him, and then also goes ahead, and then they put up the activities in schools, which is not the best of.
But so what can the school do? Because in my mind, I think that schools are a place where or schools are places where people can be trained, right? You can be reformed. It should take out. What should school authorities do? Is there a role for school authorities? What can they do to try and change?
In most schools, we sometimes don't find the guidance and counseling offices operating much. Yes, because students can come to school with a weapon or a drug or anything. One may report, but then because currently students are beating teachers in a very unmannered way, so the teachers are also afraid. When you may report and then the teacher would snub you and then ignore. So I think the administration of schools should push, and then government should also help for guidance and counseling offices to be more proactive in some of these activities.
Quite interesting point. Also, what do you think can be done to try and solve this? Because it's very disturbing. Teenagers gather for sporting events and it turns into almost like a war. What do you think we can do to change the story?
A lot can be done. But it's easier said than done. Yep. So as we say, I'm praying that they really put some into practice. And let's see if it really calms things down.
Okay.
First, what I want to talk about, he already said it, better counseling.
Okay.
Yeah. We should really counsel our students. We should really counsel them. Most people go through emotional trauma. Most people drug abuse, then a whole lot. So these factors do push them to react some way because they know that their life what they are going through mentally. So they want to raise suicidal.
Okay.
You see, so they really act in any way they like. And also, we have conflict resolution. We should help. We should be teaching conflict resolution aspects or factors in our secondary schools, so that things, let's say, if they start, the things, their friends will help solve the problem themselves before it really escalates to the authorities. And they say self-checks begins with us. So if my friend can testify that, oh, I'm doing something wrong, and he tells me, oh, what you are doing is wrong, something might click in my head that, oh, yeah, what come in to there, mami yedi, and mami brem was, and mami jai and me, you see. So it's very important for friends to really chip in to do the work of parents who are not there, because mostly the friends are the people who see everything that goes on. Yeah. So I'll be like hoping so that the school curriculum will be maybe introduce a conflict resolution course, so that things will be solved before it escalates. Also, security involvement. I want to talk about school security in our SHS. SHS security now is very appalling. I don't know
why. What's the current situation?
You see, we have a situation where you go to an SHS early in the morning or in the afternoon, then the security man there is drunk. Students do bribe security men with cigar, money, food, for them to go and misbehave in the towns and stuff. So we need to improve on our school security. It's very, very important. School security is very, very important.
I see.
Yeah, and we should stop employing the old people. Old people. How me, young and energetic guy like me, how can an old person try to, let's say, tell me what to do, and I'll say, oh, I'll mind him or something. We should try to find young and energetic people who can serve as security in our various SHS institutions and stuff. Yeah, it will really help.
There was something Humphrey said that I wanted your own take about. You made the point about teachers and where they find themselves now. They are not able to enforce. Also, what will you say about that? Because some people say that, oh, these days there's no discipline. Teachers can't discipline the youngsters. That's why they are misbehaving. What's your own opinion on that? What can teachers do? What should the schools do to ensure that their students are disciplined and they behave well?
Yeah. I normally do ask myself this question: why do let's say our father's time and those older than us, their time in SHS, why at their time they were much bigger than, stronger than the teachers, but they really, really respected them. The teacher can really cane them, and there's nothing that they can do. So I just ask myself, what happened? I've been asking myself, what happened? Just these small boys, some are even 18, 16. Then time before you be in SHS, you are 20 something, 25. But they really, really respected the teachers there. So what's happening? What's giving these children the mindset or that vigor for them to do what they are doing now? And I draw my attention to the corporal, the ban on the corporal punishment. That's the caning. Even though it's a good thing, we are developing a Western lifestyle, and it's good. At times, I do testify. I've been caned in such a manner that it doesn't really sit well with me, but it has really helped and shaped me. But now they say they don't cane. It's even in the Bible, spare the rod and spoil the child. But we shouldn't adapt a lifestyle that we didn't train with. Even if we are adapting, we should find a way to even perform it well. Because here lies the case: a child will even flounce the law, and the teacher can't do nothing. Or even if the teacher does something, maybe the child breaks the rules, the teacher will say, go out. Or if the child goes out, what is he going to do? He's just going to sit outside. If he's going to sit outside, there are bushes around where the boys that don't go to class. And that's where the smoking starts, because only the person can sit outside and be waiting for you, the teacher, to finish teaching, then come, because mostly the hours are 2 hours. You'll be teaching like 2 hours, 1 hour.
Yeah.
Before the teacher, so you expect
2 hours is a long time, you know,
for
it's a lot
a
of
student
time
to sit down. For you can't, you see. So they do these things normally cause the student to be involved in drugs and stuff. So we should really find new ways. Maybe we have we are adapting the UK system. Let's say no caning. So you can adapt. Detention room. We should have some rooms for detention. Even if you have sacked the student from the class, even if you don't have a detention room, you can use the library. You take the students there, or you give the students a task to read a book. Let's say you have given the task to read for the student to read, let's say from page chapter 1 to 2, and after you assess the child, you let the child write a report, so that you know that yes, the child will know that yes, okay, even if I don't want to learn. And I'm foolish. I'll be asked to do another thing. That's still learning.
I won't be left unsupervised for 2 hours.
For 2 hours just to be there. You see, so we should really adapt a very good way in solving this kind of issues. So I want my teachers to be really proactive in that aspect.
Guys, let me thank you. Let me thank you so much. It's nice hearing the perspective of people who just left the system. I finished secondary school many years ago, so it's nice to hear all of that. Guys, thank you so much. Humphrey Vanderpoel, former student of St. Thomas Aquinas, and also your boy, former student of Amasaman Senior High. So where are you guys now?
Currently, we are offering our national service at the National Cadet Corps Ghana.
Okay, quite interesting. I hope you are enjoying yourself and you are learning something from it.
Yeah, we are
all right.
learning a lot.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I wish you the very best and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for passing through.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Wonderful. So you had a perspective of 2 young men who were SHS students not too long ago. Humphrey Vanderpoel, former student of St. Thomas Aquinas, and also your boy, former student of Amasaman Senior High School. Your comments are welcome. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. What do you think we can do to try and curb these incidents of violence that happens during school sports? I've read several stories from the central region. We've played some voices as well, and I've given you 1 or 2 online stories, just capturing the main talking points from some of these things. But let me go to the line. I have Daniel Fenyi. Daniel Fenyi is the PRO of the Ghana Education Service. He joins us on the line. Let's try and get an understanding of matters from the GES's perspective, and we'll try and understand what it is that they are doing and what the plans are to try and get to the roots of this problem and deal with it. Mr. Fenyi, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty FM.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm grateful.
Yes. We really appreciate your time. How is the GES viewing all of this? What is the GES's stance on incidents of violence that happens at school sports events at the SHS level?
Indeed, the Ghana Education Service conceptualizes these games and competitions as avenues and platform for fun, for games, opportunity for students to mingle with students from other schools, promote unity, and importantly, a platform where talents are discovered, nurtured, and where possible, some learners are able to even build a career out of it. Nathan, you are in the sports field. You would attest how lucrative sport is.
Yep.
And so, as Ghana Education Service, of course, our primary focus is teaching and learning, classroom activities, books, teachers, students, and all that. But we have also come to accept that whether we like it or not, the students in the classroom, not all of them will be academically inclined. Not all of them will build careers from academia. Some of them have special gifts, special talents, who would want to use the school avenue as a platform to build on these gifts and talents, and where possible, commercialize it in future. And so we conceptualize these games as avenues for these things, except to think that in recent times, some of the students have turned this beautiful opportunity into an avenue for violence, exchanges, abuses. Indeed, we know as Ghana Education Service that some schools have age-old rivalries among themselves. And so anytime they meet, you would expect very heated arguments. You would expect some exchanges. We see this at the National Science and Maths quiz. Very beautiful arguments, very beautiful competitions. And when it's done, they shake hands, they smile at each other, laugh at each other, and go back to their campuses. So the point where we are now turning these beautiful age-old rivalries into avenues for fighting among themselves, throwing stones at each other, abusing each other, is where Ghana Education Service and for that matter management, this is where we draw the line. And we think that no, the students should not get into such levels. And so for Ghana Education Service, we are very strongly against these acts of violence. In fact, we are tempted to believe that the students themselves are not even aware of the opportunity this platform has for them, for which reason they are abusing it. And we have stepped in on all the reported cases and recorded ones where arrests must be done. We have made the arrests, of course, in collaboration with the security agencies, especially the Ghana Police, where victims have been identified to, they have received medical attention and care, and where we need to speak to some persons and stakeholders, i.e. parents, the head teachers of the various schools involved, the municipal directors involved, even the regional directorates. We have actually met and spoken to them in cases where we have to suspend the games for some time to allow for thorough investigations. We have suspended the game. So as Ghana Education Service, we are continuously engaging, continuously on the field to ensure that our students do not translate the avenue for talent exhibition into an avenue for violence perpetration. Yes.
You did say that, we've seen a lot of these incidents. I saw some in my time. In the last few weeks, we've seen some. Over the years, we've seen that. Has the GS been able to put a finger on what actually leads to these incidents? Do you have does the GS have a fair idea of what causes it and possibly what can be done to eliminate these violent aspects or the acts of violence that happen when schools gather for inter-school sporting events?
Indeed, there are a couple of causes we have identified. One from the student level, two from the administration level. Student level as in, we would admit that anywhere young people meet, you would expect a good level of exuberance, a good level of energy. You would expect a lot of activity among them because they are young, fresh-blooded, have energy, and so you would expect such high level of energy display among themselves. Except that, of course, as they exhibit these high levels of energies, you would also expect that management or administration will channel or guide these energies into positive outcomes. And so having engaged all the various levels, i.e. school level, district level, regional levels, we have come to realize that even though we have code of conduct governing students who are to be taken out of their campus for school activities and sport activities, we believe that a higher security provision, a higher engagement with the PE masters and sports coordinators would go a long way to help. And it is this loophole that sometimes these learners are able to exploit. And so, for example, they go to the schools. Sometimes fewer teachers accompany them. In fact, in the recent case of Bradford Senior High Technical with Swedro School of Business, our engagement revealed that the headmistress of the school could not go to the event center or the field because she had picked earlier intel that some of these violence acts had been planned, of course. And so if your school leadership, your teachers themselves are not present at such programs, or only a few of them are present, then it becomes a loophole that the learners exploit. Two, we have also realized, as I mentioned, the earlier conceptualization of these games was that it is used as games, fun, and all that. And so normally the school cadets provide security because they are not to provide any seriously high-level security. It is just normally seating arrangement of the schools, lecturing around the fields or sports stadium and all that. And so for this one, even the school cadet with a little training initially was seen to be enough. But looking at the high level of energies that these young ones are displaying, then the thinking around bringing in proper security agencies like the police, like the military, to provide security support could be part of the considerations we have to make, because their absence now is considered to be creating a loophole that the learners are exploiting. So yes, at the student level, and then at the school level, and at the management level, there are a few loopholes that need to be closed. In fact, for which reason the Central Regional Directorate needed to even suspend the game so that we close all those loopholes before the games could continue.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm reading. You've mentioned Central Region. I'm sure you are aware of some incidents in the Eastern Region as well. A student of Kofredia Senior High Technical School getting stabbed. This happened around the 5th or 6th of January, and other stories. These things are happening all over the country. You've spoken about the need for security and all. Do you have an idea as to when some of these measures will be properly implemented so we can try and put a lid on some of these things?
Indeed. So a quick one on the Eastern region. Of course, that one too came to our attention. In fact, we have conducted investigations. We concluded on that to the point that some schools have been suspended for, banned for 2 years, because we realized that these schools had students who perpetuated some of these acts. Some of the victims involved are also currently receiving psychosocial support because there was reported gang rape. And so the lady involved is currently going through psychosocial support in collaboration with DOFs too. And so that came strongly to our attention, and we took very strong position on that. Again, in terms of when these security measures will be put in place, expect that the next time school events like this would happen, all these measures would have been put in place. And so we are using the current happenings as case studies. So we are not just stepping in to address the issues, but we are also using the issues as data to inform what must be done before the next set of events, which is likely the next academic year, before this event will be held again. All the necessary measures would have been put in place. So next year, we should expect an improved sanity in the conduct of these sporting competitions. Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Fenyi. We really appreciate that, and we'll keep in touch on in terms of anything that happens. We'll gladly appreciate if you could furnish us with any more updates.
Thank you so much. Ghana Education Service is always available. Our doors are always open to engage. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was Daniel Fenyi. He's the Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Education Service. Right, so he's highlighted a number of things that they want to do. He says enhanced security is key because they've come to realize that the school cadets can't do anything because in their mind they figured, oh, this is a gathering of students, so school cadets should be able to provide security. But clearly this has gone beyond school cadets. It has gone beyond them.
School cadets always go into this competition with their own motives.
It has gone beyond them.
Yeah, you know, I am always against having heavy police deployment and military deployment at match venues or competition venues, especially when it involves juveniles.
Okay.
Some of us believe that if there's proper discipline, the police would only be there just to make sure, or you would have a handful of policemen there just to make sure, you know, nobody tries to overdo certain things. Not with the mindset that they are there to prevent violence or to restore order when there's violence. Okay. In competitions like this, you could have outsiders coming there to, you know, cause a few issues and then. So you get the police to make sure there's a bit of order. And that is just a handful of policemen. Because these athletes are supposed to be coming from an institution where they are supposed to be disciplined. Okay. You expect a high level of discipline from senior high school students. Okay. So let me give you a typical example. When we go to Interco and we go to Supazo, we see how orderly the girls are brought in.
Yeah.
They are brought in, they are put in their places where they are supposed to sit. Quietly, they cheer, they support their team. They do well, they don't do well. They march them to their buses the same way they came. There's peace, they go home. Some mixed schools as well. National, Ghana National. Bring them in their buses. They stay in their zone, marked for them. They cheer their team, they support their team, they go. Same for Infantiman and Agri to a certain extent. Okay. Ogasco boys would also come in, Puchu boys would come in. You know, there's supposed to be order right from school. So students who are leaving their campuses are given a stern warning. Look, you are not within the walls of the school. You are going out there to go and represent the school.
Okay.
Make sure you go out there and give a good account of the school you are coming from. Anybody who misbehaves, if Imota misbehaves, Baba misbehaves, Nathan misbehaves, you will be sacked. Nathan, who would they go out there and want to be fingered as one of the people causing mayhem, only to be sacked when he goes back to school? Okay, that's why I'm saying that everything starts from the school, from within. If you leave them, if you cut them loose and make it look like Interco is being held on your campus.
Yeah.
If anybody attacks you, if anybody tries to attack you, you have to defend yourselves. That is where I have a problem.
Okay.
Because that seems to be at the back of the minds of the students.
So it's almost like they are primed, they are conditioned.
You know,
okay. You hold that thought for me. Let's go to the line. Mr. Efatete is joining us. He's the Eastern Regional PE Coordinator. He's also a retired referee. And he's joining us to help us get some perspective from the Eastern Regional side of things. Mr. Tete, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty FM.
Good morning, my brother.
How are you doing, sir?
Oh, by grace, I'm good.
Yes. Thank you once again. We are talking about school sports. Eastern Region has had its own fair share. Earlier this month, there was an episode involving a student of Koforidua Senior High Technical School who got stabbed at the Eastern Regional in Tako. Can you just tell us a bit more about that? What exactly happened and what has been the fallout from that incident?
Okay, thank you very much. Best regards from your fellow listeners this morning. We extend our best regards from Eastern Region to all across the country. Really, as you've stated, and the circular that came out, each region had its own competition, the Superzonal Games session, from the 4th to the 5th of this month, February 2026. For 3 days, we had a competitive discipline, and everything went on well. All security arrangements put in place, organizers, the regional director, and the management also put everything in place, and things went on well until the third incident involving the stabbing issue occurred outside the stadium. Within the stadium, really nothing of that sort happened. The security were in control. So we, the organizers, upon hearing the stabbing incident, we quickly went to the scene where the security have taken an intervention by taking the victim to the hospital. We rushed to the hospital and the doctors were in attendance. So the next day, God being so good, the victim was treated and discharged to the hands of the school and the parents. So as I'm saying, the boy in question is fine, is responding to treatment, and is with the parents. So that is that as far as the stabbing issue was concerned. Okay. I know you also heard of maybe a gang rape issue.
Yes, we heard that as well. Can you give us some info on that and what has been the consequence? What has happened following that incident?
All right. With regards to the gang rape issue, it also occurred after the competition around the bush of Kufodia Sector. Upon hearing that story, we also made a follow-up to the police station, and the victim was taken to the hospital for further treatment. So as of now, the police is in charge of the case. They've arrested 2 of the perpetrators who have been arraigned before court, and today, as I'm speaking, they will be attending the court around 10 a.m. this morning.
Okay.
But the victim currently has been discharged and also receiving treatment around his place of residence, that is Estiapa, in the eastern region near Kibi. So far, until the police gives us the report, of which we update the GES headquarters, we will still pursue to know the in-depth of the case and get back to the public. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Tete, let me ask you this. I'm sure you've been in your role for a while. You've seen a lot of things. What do you think is the cause or are the causes of these incidents? Because we expect teenagers to gather, take part in sports, have fun and all, but every time they meet for inter-colleges or something like that, there are always violent episodes, or there are always episodes where there's violence and students have attacked each other. What do you think are the reasons why these things happen almost always?
Okay. To the best of my little knowledge and upon my investigative practices done, I see this cause of this hooliganism act that normally occurs around sporting times as an already existing beef between schools, and they don't have any platform to settle those scores. So during these times that they gather, they are able to come together. That's where they want to show their supremacy in terms of causing hooliganism and destroying of public property.
Sporty FM, the voice of
this is a major cause. Then another cause that I've also gathered could be youthful exuberance, whereby the youth of late goes into drug usage. So when they come out like this, most of them are exposed to some of these things, whereby they take these drugs and react in a way which is not a good behavior. So to the best of my knowledge, these are some of the causes of this hooliganism act being surrounding school sport. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Tete, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. And have a good day.
All right. Thank you so much. That was Mr. Ifa Tete. He's the Eastern Regional PE coordinator and he's also a retired referee, giving us some perspective of or from the Eastern region. So I asked him about the incident involving the Kofredia Sectec student. Well, this, according to the story, they said it happened at the Eastern Regional Schools Sports Festival. Mr. Tete said it happened outside the stadium. The victim was reportedly attacked by a group of Form 2 students from New Jabin Senior High School while eating wache on his way to campus, according to the story, where he sustained a deep machete wound to the shoulder and he bled heavily. Police from the Eastern Regional Command quickly responded to the scene and rushed the injured students to the Eastern Regional Hospital, where as of the time of the story, he was receiving treatment and he was reported to be in stable condition. I think Mr. Tete said the student had been discharged and all. Okay. And another part of the story says reports indicate that a teacher, okay, the Kofredia Sectec headmaster, Emmanuel Frimpong Benjamin, was he rushed to the Kofredia Youth Resource Center where the intercall was happening, and then he also suffered a head injury after he was hit by a projectile believed to be a stone during clashes between Insutem Senior High School. Okay, clashes involving students from Insutem Senior High School.
Sporty FM.
And he got caught up in that. So that's the story. It's very disturbing. Very disturbing. Let me read a couple of messages that. A couple of messages.
When you open the phone lines, you hear.
Yeah, we have
stories.
Yeah,
you hear stories.
Yeah, there are stories. There are so many. Let's speak to Ben Blay Essien. Ben Blay Essien is Ashanti Regional PE coordinator. Let's get the perspective from the Ashanti region to find out if any incidents have happened and what have been the consequences. Mr. Essien, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning. Welcome to the Sporty Breakfast on Sporty FM.
Thank you very much, my brother.
And thank you for your time once again. Ashanti region, I'm told today is when you are having your school sports. Is that the super zonals? Is that true?
That is true.
Great. So it means that the zonals have happened. Just run us through. Were there any incidents of violence or schools clashing during the zonals?
Yes, God willing, this year's inter-schools and colleges, over the years we've been experiencing some violence, but this particular year, everything was to the lowest minimum. We were able to put some measures in place and then to curb down some of these things. Notwithstanding, we had some few schools trying to bring the competition to the dispute, so we had to sanction them.
Okay. What kind of sanctions were handed out, and which schools were the guilty parties?
Yeah, we have Chinubu Akodia, and then in Area Senior High Technical School. So we sanction them, and the sanction is a 2-year ban.
Okay.
For the 2 years, it's not covering only sporting activities, but all other school activities, even within the school. SRC programs, cadet activities, and all that. Okay. We ban them from all that for the next 2 years.
Okay. Ahead of the super zonals, what measures, have been put in place? You are the PE coordinator. So what measures has your office and all the how do I even say it, all the interested parties, what measures have you put in place to ensure that there will not be violent episodes? We won't hear stories of students attacking each other and all of these things.
Yeah, the issues on the ground doesn't emanate from only one particular area.
Okay.
To actually say that, yes. So there are a lot of issues. Sometimes when you even don't expect, it does happen. So we are trying to be on our toes. We had a discussion meeting with heads and then PE of the qualified schools, and then we discussed a lot and some of the processes that are going to happen at the stadium. So the schools are doing their preparation, making sure that the student supporters will come with some teachers to control the behavior of their students. Some teachers who really know some of the schools, like the senior house master or even some house masters who can easily spot when there is a foreigner within their student time who is in their uniform but not in their school. So yesterday we had to meet with the Central Police Command, the one in charge of operations, and we also discussed a lot. And we told them, we gave them our warrant. So they are also putting up certain measures in place when they come to the stadium, especially to drive away intruders like ACI schools and some technical schools which are not part of our program, who sometimes often comes around. Sometimes they come in uniforms of some of the schools participating and all that. So they are also on the ground. After that, we also were invited to the national security yesterday. We also had a discussion with them, and they have even agreed that they are coming on the ground and they will be given the platform to also issue certain statements within to students in the course of the competition this very first day. So we are also on guard expecting them. Then also, we also have our cadets on the ground who are also augmenting the services of the police, making sure that all students entering the stadium are properly checked in order to receive every implement that they may use as weapons and all that. So those are some of the measures that we have put in place.
I mean, finally, Mr. Essen, before I let you go, I'm sure you've been in your role for a bit. You've seen different years pass with different versions of the inter-school sports happening. To the best of your knowledge, why do you think that these incidents always end up in violence? How and why do you think that there are always violent clashes when school sports is happening?
Yeah, one of the reasons is that some schools want to try to claim superiority over other schools, and they do not have any opportunity, so they try to rather use our program as the platform to settle, to try to show that superiority. Some of the schools may also have their risks, some long-term risks, and they want to come and settle the differences here at the stadium. So those are some of the things. We've also identified the influence of some old students who really have memories of past sports with other schools, other sister schools, and so sometimes when they are with them in the day, they're able to tell them, especially also that school fought us before. We have to fight them this time around and all that. So one other measure that probably I didn't mention is also about keeping those people, old students, national service personnel, and interns, who some of them may have been attending the same schools and they are now serving as national service personnel or interns. We are keeping them. They are not to join the student supporters in their stand. If they want to witness the program, they must come to the VIP, sit at the VIP quietly and watch. Because some of them come, they rather influence the students.
Okay.
If they don't, the students are even doing it, they won't stop them. Some of them don't even know the students very well. If there are intruders, that's why I would say that these people, we don't expect them to join the students in their stand, but rather teachers who know the students to rather be with them in their stand.
Interesting. Mr. Essen, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. All the best ahead of the Super Zonals today. We'll keep an eye on that, and we'll get back to you if there are any issues.
Yeah, you are welcome, my brother. But I would like to assign this message.
Yes.
Sometimes some of the teachers who come with the students are also a problem. And I want to send this message this time around. If you're a teacher and the student is misbehaving and you try to prevent the police or the security service from taking on their duty or dealing with that particular student, you yourself will be arrested. That is it. And so teachers who also come with students should also know how they are going to conduct themselves as well. Then any intruder, if you are not a student of those qualified schools, you don't see why you should come around. Not even in their uniform. If you wear their uniform, you come and we get you. That is criminal. It's a criminal case. So we'll hand that to the police to rather take their action in line with whatever the situation will be. Yeah. So I think. And that goes to the public. And parents must also advise their work as they come to the stadium.
Okay.
They must advise them. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Essien, for your time and all the best ahead of today.
Thank you very much, my brother.
So that was Ben Blay Essien, Ashanti Regional PE Coordinator. Ray, he shares a very interesting perspective.
Yeah.
He says former students or old students too are part, invigorating students, charging them, all kinds of things.
Yeah, of course. And you can't take them out, Nathan. Really, you can't take them out. Once they are part of the furniture one way or the other, and once they thrived on this violent conduct, once they were in school, of course, you won't leave them. They would find a way to come back to school and find a way to recruit others to become like them. You understand what I'm saying? So I understand that, some of them would get school uniforms and masquerade around the match venue or the games venue as if they were students as well, just to foment trouble. It happens, and for me, I think that a lot of teachers must be involved. And then you imagine a disco boys going to Interco, and then in front of you, you have Kofi Adams as your teacher. Who born dog? You go and misbehave over there. Or you have Jackie Chan leading the students. And you tell me that you go there and go and misbehave, and then you come back free. Or you have Mystic in front of you. You want to go to Interco and misbehave and come back. No. No, you understand what I'm saying? Students always fear their teachers. We fear. So when you are doing something and you see the teacher,
Sporty FM.
you quickly call yourself to order. Okay? It's almost like a parent who doesn't beat his kid. But when the kid sees him, immediately, when they are misbehaving, they stop whatever it is they are doing. That is how students behave. And at this level, you cannot tell me that you need the entire police service to come and protect, or to come and to come and provide security for Interco and Super Zoo. The teacher should be able to do that. That's why I'm asking the question. Now, look, why is it that when we are on campus, students are called to order, students are kept in check, but when they come to Super Zoo, these same students want to go and misbehave? Of course, the teachers are not there. You see, the presence of the teachers the teachers would actually keep them under wraps. And they are not there. So they'll go there on their own and then do whatever it is they like. Because they feel nobody's checking them, nobody's watching. When it's time for sports, it is the load of the PE master, and those who train the kids. Science teacher is passed somewhere. Math teacher passed somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? So the teachers who would really put fear into the kids are not even there. So, and the teachers feel that, well, it is the duty of the organizer to make sure there's adequate security there. But that doesn't help. It doesn't help. That is why when the schools that come, they're very well organized. And when they come, you see their teachers. You see their teachers leading them, escorting them, some in front of them, some behind them, some on their side. Just to make sure whatever they do there is befitting for the school. Whatever they do there does not put the name of the school into disrepute. But what do we see from the other ones? You understand? And that's what I'm saying. Make sure the teachers are heavily involved. Make sure the teachers check the character of their boys when they go out. Until then, Nathan, we'll come back next year and discuss this story again. We'll come back next year and talk about the fights.
This is Sporty,
the rivalry. And they'll tell us, they have scores to settle. So this is the avenue they feel they can settle the scores. Why don't they go and do the same thing at National Science and Maths Quiz? Why don't they do the same? When they go and they lose, why don't they do the same day? No, I'm asking. They go, their competition is normally held in Cape Coast sometimes, in the university, right? It's a big area. If you want to fight, there's enough space for you to fight. Why don't they go there when they lose? Why don't they go and do the same day? You understand? It means that they know, you see, there are levels to this. They know where they can go and misbehave and nobody will mind them. And they know where they can go and misbehave and they'll be punished, they'll be dealt with. They know very well what they are doing and they go ahead and do it. So, Nathan, for me, if the schools are ready to crack the whip, they should start now. If they are going to tell their students, look, if you go and misbehave at Interco and we catch you, we'll hand you over to the police and they'll deal with you. And these boys are not kids. And the boys they caught, the 3 boys from the guys who attacked the Swebusco boys.
Yes,
some of them are 18. In fact, all 3 of them 18.
Yes, the 3 students from Swedu School of Business. Yes. They are, one is 20.
Thank you.
2 of them are 18.
Good.
And according to Chief Inspector Isaac Evan Etie, he said they would be treated as adults.
Yes, these are adults. These boys are adults. They're not kids. They knew very well what they were doing. They must be punished well. So if now all the schools say, okay, if you go under our flag and go and misbehave, whether you think you are defending the school or not,
Sporty FM,
we'll hand you over to the police. And these boys will start reasoning up. They'll start reasoning up and they'll start behaving when they go for these games. And if they feel that those fomenting trouble are not part of them, they should quickly go and report to their teachers that, Nathan is not our student, Kevin is not our student, but he's here fomenting trouble. Let's get the police to deal with him. If you don't do that, when the rot happens, all of you will be caught up in it, and some of you will be arrested too. So Nathan, and some of you might even get injured if you fail to speak. So it is entirely up to the schools now. For me, I don't think that we need any special solution for this. Discipline in the school, and we are good to go. Why is it that when we go to Interco, Bocho boys are not carrying machetes, carrying clubs, carrying stones in their bags? But it's only a group of boys who want to carry stones and clubs and knives in their bag. Why?
Let me go through some of the messages that have come through on 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. This one says, I think this is down to a breakdown of discipline in our educational system right now. Even teachers are not spared. It stems from the junior level to the senior level. And then he says, I remember your DJ Fidelis, he was even afraid to leave the games to go and play PS2.
Fidelis.
Okay, let's go through some more of the messages. This one, Kweku from Bournemouth, says, Charlie, we all throw stones at some point, but it's sad that the violence has escalated to this level. The Ogasco-Botwe rivalry, I think, is relatively calmer. The Disco boys, though, always seem to take things too far. I agree with Raymond 100%. It looks like the students come prepared for these fights. Hey, if the police involve Raymond in their investigation to remove these things, these needless acts of violence in the stadium could stop. Hey, Raymond's story took me back to my Ogasco days. Goosebumps everywhere. I'm glad social media is finally bringing these hidden truths to light. Says Raymond seems to know everything. Kweku from Bournemouth. Eugene from Sunyani says, it's hard trying to understand these recent acts of violence among SHS students. Students should be taught how to have healthy rivalries, and they need to be empathetic towards each other. Going for intercore was fun because you get the opportunity to meet old friends from other schools and make new ones. It's true.
Me, that was why I was going to intercore.
To go and make new friends.
Oh, my brother.
You're going to talk to the baby girls.
Thank you very much. Because I'll be expecting letters that week. Now others want to go and fight.
Okay. I think there's a national security issue because these students are the same ones who integrate into the society in the near future. Imagine having these students with this same mindset in our stadia watching league matches when they are much older.
Sporty FM.
Quite interesting. Eugene from Sunyani sent that. This one says, I'm Isaac, former student of Inquasco at Kwetia. These things have been happening a long time. In our time, we always fought with St. Peter's. Oh yeah, the fights there, me I see plenty. My namesake Nathan from Castle says, I think it's about time GS collaborated with the Ghana Police Service to get some officers to be on the grounds during these inter-schools activities, especially in these hot zones where violence has been consistent. Some of the videos I saw were horrific. Discipline is gradually sinking at the SHS level, I see. Nathan from Kaswa, thank you for that message. 054-257-1061, 054-257-1061. You can send in your comments as well. Last night there were some Champions League games. If you want to talk about UEFA Champions League, you can equally let us know. All right, time check is 9:30. Kelvin Owusu is back in studio. Kelvin, I don't know whether you have anything to say concerning this SHS school sports violence, and then we can talk some Champions League and open the phone.
The only thing I have is a message from the Bible: spare the rod and spoil the child. The rod has to be used. You know, I think that it's high time we should look at our culture. You know, we are in a different environment to understand how we bring up, young ones, children. Fine, there are times there are excesses in there. The excesses is what we need to eradicate from teachers and all that.
Yeah,
but I think that we have gone extremely lenient on these kids. Nathan, when you and I were in school, Raymond, the shouts from teachers, the lashes we received for discipline, it did not kill us.
No.
And for the responsible teachers who knew, let me lash this person's butt, it never killed anyone. When I was told to scrap the 20 cells of our bathroom at St. Hubert, it never killed me. When the stone was thrown by Mr. Martin, may he so rest in peace, for me to go and weed for past punishment, it was nothing. When I was sent to the pantry to wash dishes as punishment, clean the dining tables, it wasn't to kill me.
But now, do all this one.
Yes.
Stop on power.
Oh, because I ran to Opoku, I'll run to Owas to go and eat. On my way coming, they'll catch me.
Hey.
I'll go to a pre to go and buy wache. On my way coming, they'll catch me. I'll run to the Christian village to go and watch wrestling on Saturday. When others are working, they will catch me, they will punish me. I'll fight with seniors, they'll catch me, they'll punish me. You get it homework, they'll punish me. I'm not hard like that, but if I say I won't do. If I say I want to watch it to eat and I don't care, I have satisfied my cravings, I'll come and do the punishment. You get it? But it never went overboard to that extreme of, because when you know you do that, you are going to be punished. There are times Genuinely, like if I'm going to buy food, Nathan, sincerely, I'm not going to kill anybody. Just that I have evaded the walls of the school. And you know, Saint Hubert, there is no wall. There is no wall.
Okay.
So you enter, but the school has the boundary. So if you evade the boundary,
go outside.
Problem for you. Some were beaten, lashes, you know, in class and all that. Discipline. Reverend Father Matthias Bedu will come inside. He will ask you for storybook. He will ask you for handkerchief. He will ask you for rosary. To the point that he can even ask, where's your dictionary? Where's your calendar? Calendar, Raymond, calendar. So boys went to buy exercise books with a calendar at the back. So that you ask for calendar now, then they will show it. It wasn't just because he wanted to just beat us. He wanted some sort of discipline to let us know that this and this and this and this is what I want. So I just think that we should find for the teachers who go extreme in beating and trying to, you know, injure children, they should be punished. But we shouldn't put the caning and the corporal punishment away. You know, I think it should be brought back. Fine, if someone is going to AIS, JIS, that are B school, fine. That one, they won't go and misbehave. Or even when they yes, exactly. You know them. They would adhere to the rules and all that. When you are late in school, they punish you through a certain means, payment of extra payment or what. You do that. But if you send me to Immortal's hometown school where the boys, they don't care, or Raymond's hometown, his school, where the boys, they don't care the time that they are coming to school.
You have to.
Those measures have to exactly
in check.
We should look at all these. We are not in a system that, you know, everything runs similarly, or the same thing happens in every part of Ghana. No. I think that there needs to be a change. If that is not going to happen, then these things will continuously happen, because when you say I'm going to report, and the report teacher in and So if I'm a teacher, you think I'll tell that student, I'll call him to order? No, because a teacher didn't matter, and then now the teacher gets into trouble. I think we are pampering these guys. The reason why the Kumasi games, I think, is starting today.
Yes,
the Super Zonals,
yeah.
It's starting today, and I just hope that security will be built up, because when they see security and some of the, you know, the tough teachers, they'll stop that sort of misbehavior. So, I said the message is in the Bible. You spare the rod, you spoil the child.
The Proverbs, is it Proverbs or Psalms?
Yes, let's go back.
Foolishness is bound or is wound around the heart of the child, and it's the rod of correction.
Yes, thank you.
That will drive that foolishness away.
Yes.
In the Ghana Bible, they say Chose Mokpan, the rod of correction. So the point is that, so universally, there is that understanding that young people can be foolish sometimes. And it is the rod of correction that will drive away that foolishness. And you see, teenagers, you have a lot of energy. You are young. In your mind, that is the world. Yeah. The world is that teenage block between 13, 17, 18. In your mind, you are the king of the world. So you believe that you can do anything, or you should be allowed to do anything and just about everything, and you want to get away with murder. Yeah. But it requires the discipline. So you are right. The discipline needs to be inculcated in the school, because if the training is right, it doesn't matter where that child is. If you send them to intercourt, they will sit quietly.
Yeah, they'll sit quietly. When they say go back, no go to their school. But if there are question marks, I mean, it's worrying, Nathan. It's worrying. It's really worrying. And we just hope that organizers of these events and school authorities begin to pay attention. They should pay more attention, and I'm sure we would figure this out properly. It's all hands to the pump approach, from the teaching staff, non-teaching staff, all hands to the pump when these guys are going out. The only way you can deal with some of these things. Otherwise,
you believe that so teachers should be there
heavily
in their full capacity.
Nathan, I just told you, when you are misbehaving, and you hear, hey, and you turn, and you see Honorable Kofi Adams. Where are you passing? You either disappear or you hold your hand. When you return, you do that thing again. You understand what I'm saying? We had all that. You know, we had Nathan, in Accra, I'm sure you had teachers.
Oh yeah, sure.
When you are misbehaving and you see him, even the sight of the teacher alone.
Mr. Myers, when you are misbehaving and you hear that Mr. Myers is in the vicinity.
Thank you very much.
Because if he catch you, he go lash, bro.
So you go to Superzo and go and be misbehaving.
He go lash you, make it enter
when
your
he's there.
system inside.
Kelvin, you understand me? You go to Superzo and go and misbehave when that teacher is standing there. No, I mean, that's what I'm saying now. Look, maybe the sports is not. I think schools don't see it as being very important, and the safety and security bit of it, they don't pay so much attention to it. But maybe they should start doing that, and some of these things would reduce drastically. I mean, when you beat one at the school boy, they'll come and react. Then you have a fight. Then you have a full-blown war. They'll come and fight. So this one they say kukru ni jaya.
The kaki can
But the kukru must be stopped. You have to stop the kukru.
Sporty FM.
9:39. Let's open the phone line. 054-257-1061. 054-257-1061. Let me know what you think of all these incidents of violence during school sports. Today, the Ashanti Regional Super Zonals will be happening, right? Let me know. What do you think we can do to curb the situation? Let me take this caller. Hello?
Hello, Nathan.
Yes.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is Nana.
Okay, all right. Please go ahead.
I think Raymond understands these issues. Nathan, most of us went to these boys' schools. You see, I think the problem for this week, I've been listening to some sports shows on YouTube, Kumasi, other regions as well, and they are making it seem like it's the issue is coming from like the current students. They are indisciplined, and during our time we were either good or that is not the case.
No. In our time, these things were happening too.
It was even worse. Later, I went to GSS. You didn't speak about that, but if you know anybody, our games usually I don't know about now, but they do the games at Jendi Park.
Okay.
And the Jendi Park is close to a secondary zone. And this zone, we didn't talk about these communities. Sometimes the communities they feel like the school is part of them. So secondary zone is close to St. John's. And anytime St. John's is like they are in the secondary zone, we are in the zone. So GSTMS, TTI, St. Mary's, Archbishop Portes, we will have our games close to St. John's. St. John's will come and join St. Mary's. They will say they are Catholic Brotherhood or something, no problem. And then TTI will also say because GSS is part technical, so they are also our brothers. We won't let anybody tag them. They're like just like TTI, K-Tech, and then Infantry.
Yeah.
And what are some of the reasons? Porters are waiting for GSS to come and sit close to them. St. John's Mary's will say, no, we came here first. And they start throwing stones. And it becomes a fight. Like a serious fight where they destroy buses.
Yeah.
And then the Zongo people, these things, some of the fights, it is not the student too. If you look at the things, the tools and the things that they are coming with, they are from the Zongo coming to help St. John's, or some of the students will also go to other communities and go and look for other people to come and fight for them. And you see, before you enter into these schools, it travels into the universities. Before you enter, as a Form 1 boy, you are introduced to some of these historic stories that you told. Like, so you need to defend your school because maybe 1998 something happened and this, so you have to defend. And there are teachers, we are aware, just like you are saying, there are teachers that we are afraid of, and we call them Johns. There are some teachers who also support these things, and we say, oh, Omuna, like they are like this, and they're a guy who. There are some teachers who also support these things. Low key, we are aware, we know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, there are past old students who sometimes come and say, hey, like you have to defend the school. They are all. I don't think anybody from JSS will enter at this school and will start fighting other school. Sometimes those boys, those Form 1 boys, they don't even know what's happening. They are part of the crew, and the stones are being thrown. They can't do anything. The seniors say throw, they are also throwing. and they find themselves in these things, and they will carry these things along to Form 3. If another batch comes, they also introduce them to their story. So let's look at it holistically and solve these issues. It's not nice. It has gone now into universities where, Charlie, I don't even know the spirit that will enter into you to pull a knife that you want to stab a student.
Yeah.
Like sometimes Casford 80 or this Katanga, this, you don't even understand.
Yep, that's true.
You know, I was in the Casford war, some of this is we follow, but sometimes if you sit down and look at it, Charlie, this thing that I was doing, what's the sense in this thing? You carry stones in what do you call it, dustbins, move it to all sites. What is the reason? Some lectures will come, you have to go and conquer all sites. Conquer for what? You are going to conquer for what? It's not only, if it's national matter, science quiz, like that one I understand. Beat the other school and laugh at them. It's a banter. It makes sense. And later, I think Raymond was saying something that national science and maths, it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know the recent one that happened in Cape Coast?
Okay.
Something happened at this school in Fantipim.
Okay. All right.
They had a little chaos before the tournament.
Yes. I think I remember.
Yes, at UCC NEC or NLT or something like.
Okay.
So it's even moving into those sites. So let's look at it.
Okay.
Let's look at it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. And let's take a couple more calls, and then I'll take Kelvin's thoughts on the UCL. We'll take about 2 more calls, and then we can do some UCL and wrap it up. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Nathan.
Yes. Good morning.
I'm calling from English Yamanku.
Sikapɛ de bɛrima bɛkɔ baabi o.
Master, elections
Otunfo, please go ahead.
Nathan, you see, it's funny how we've been like the system has been able to, eradicate this how do you call it, the corporal punishment and everything. They've been able to do that successfully. So what is also stopping them from putting in place mechanisms that are going to care or like stop these activities going on in these our super zonals and in these inter-school competitions.
Okay.
It's also like sometimes, recently I remember I was driving around Labone and I saw some ATTC boys running after some Academy boys. The thing was crazy. It was so crazy to an extent that, more besides you, like, at my age, I dare not even try, calming these boys down. Later, when you attack you,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Especially if you even try to tell you, yourself, they won't even listen to you. And, so after inflicting pain or on your brother's body or maybe hurting someone, what will you gain from that? And then you see, me like this, I am not scared of like someone trying to maybe say, okay, we don't have this house.
Yeah.
But you let me.
Yes.
But I'm not be like somebody who will meet me one on one.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be easily intimidated.
But Nathan, the moment I see a good fight, I will say, now you have to tell me you better like you. Ask me why.
Why?
Because
oh yes, that's true.
So I feel like people will have to rethink, and then I just have to feel free. Their brains are not working. Their brains are just not working. Like, you should be thinking about all this stuff, because someone may hit your head with a stick and then you black out, and that will even be the end of your life.
Okay.
We really have to do something about this thing. Like Raymond rightly said, if students are being given stern warning on campuses before, going to these inter-school competitions, I think they will be like they will kind of call them to order. But Nathan, hey, funny enough, you called my PE teacher. He's my PE teacher.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he's my PE teacher. I used to be 100 meters, 200 meters, and played in the football team as well.
Okay.
And he was our PE teacher. Yeah. So Nathan, a sportsman who just meaning they say woman and guy to be a sportsman. You may not believe me, but it is what it is.
Okay.
So have a nice day.
Otunfo, thank you so much. 9:47. This is still the Sporty breakfast. Let's talk it. Let me take this final call, and then we can do some Champions League, and then we'll call it a show. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, calling you from the 5th floor.
Yeah, Michael, you're calling us from where? The 5th floor.
Yes.
Okay, today that's where you are working from.
Yeah.
All right, please go ahead. Hello.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes.
I said I want to show this.
Okay.
Yeah, and this thing it started today. Like when we were in school long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? And this thing comes sometimes it escalates to the time boards.
Mm-hmm.
You see, sometimes we are in the administration, and sometimes schools from Ograche and Sabang,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
sometimes it gets to the town boys. Because when we fight, we call help from the boys from our area so that they accompany us to other schools so that they can fight. Understand? So I think that when there's some of the students are being caught, they should be treated as criminals.
Okay.
Because those who are sometimes involved in those acts, they are not minors. Most of them are sometimes about 18, they're about 17. So when we get hold of them, we should treat them as criminals so that they can face the law, so that it serves as a deterrent to those who want to involve in those acts. And that's my opinion.
Okay.
Because sometimes it gets messy. I recall one moment when they had an interview, then Sabah people will be coming to our school to cause chaos.
Mm-hmm.
We brought military and police about just a pickup. And we held the intercom without any misbehaving or any chaos.
Okay.
So sometimes they should forget about the cadets they have been bringing to the school, because we know the cadet people.
Mm-hmm.
The cadet people are our boys, we know them. And if you tell us to city or we won't remind you. But then if there's military presence and police presence on the field or in the schools, I think it's going to stop all this misbehaving and those throwing of stones and other things. So I think one, there should be military presence and police presence at various centers where the intercourse are being held.
Yeah.
And number two, when the students are being caught, they should be treated as minors. They should be treated as criminals so that they can face the law equally. Thank you very much.
All right, Michael, thank you so much. All right, we'll put our pause on the calls. We won't take any more calls. But Champions League action happened last night. Hey, Kelvin.
That match was too difficult. I told you, and Kivu wasn't someone I could trust, break down the Bodo Glimt team. And I think Bodo has showed everybody that it's not just their pitch. They can play anywhere and they can deliver the best of results. And they even played better yesterday, controlled the game from start to finish. They should have even won by, a lot more goals. But unfortunately, they couldn't get so many goals. But what was needed, they managed to do it to get the job done. 5-2 on aggregate. That was good enough. Scoreline 2-1 on the day. Look at that second goal. Look at how he took that touch from the pass and made, hit that effort beyond the reach of Jan Sommer. It's just wonderful to see. And I think that Inter should realize that there are a number of things going wrong. Tactically, maybe Kivu may win the domestic league, but there's something extra, Simeone might not have won the UEFA Champions League with them, but whatever that he provided, whatever that he did was evidence of, a very good tactician who was in charge. The team was in 6s and 7s everywhere. Without Lautaro Martinez, you could see there was virtually no leadership anywhere. Yeah. They were just running helter-skelter, and things were difficult for them. But I think that we should not underrate the Bodo Glimt team. They're a very, very good side. Okay, very, very good.
Bodo Glimt qualifying at the expense of Inter Milan. The other games were fairly straightforward. Atletico Madrid, though, they had to dig deep to go past. They had to dig deep to go past Club Brugge yesterday. Won by 4-1 after the first leg ended 3-3. But it was a good display from Atletico Madrid, because at a point it was 1-1 in that first half. But then they came alive. Soloth, late in the games, he scored twice, and he managed to get his goal sent Atletico through to the round of 16.
I always ask questions about Diego Simeone. Is it that at certain times he just decided to defend or what? Yesterday you could see the team was in full flight attack, wanting to attack, wanting to score. Maybe what couldn't help Club Brugge was the intensity of the press.
Yeah.
Atleti's press was just almost on point, and Charlotte led that press so well. Every single time he made sure that Venaken and the likes were not really having their way through the part of the pitch where they could define the moment. So every single time they are pushed back, and Venaken was forced to play and try to build from the first third of the pitch for Club Brugge, that is in their defensive end, and there was no way it was going to be easy for them to just build up and get past the Atletico team. So I think that was creditably great there from what we saw from Atletico Madrid. And Charlotte made sure that they delivered. On the day, there are times I say you need certain players to come to the party for you. Charlotte and Alex Bryan, I was very hard on him yesterday. I felt he wasn't the player, but it all boils down to that experience person they had in Koke. Koke was virtually directing everything that they were doing, and the Cardoso with his intense Giovanni Simeone yesterday, the energy levels, they just wanted to deliver. And I think that at the Wanda Metropolitano, there is this extra energy that comes to them. See how they managed to dismantle Barcelona by four goals. So they always have a way of doing it back on their home ground. And I think that it was a very, very good performance. Hopefully, they can repeat that dosage when they advance into the next stage.
Well, not Barcelona. Newcastle beat Karabakh by 3-2. That, I mean, on the night, it was a good contest.
Yeah, but they were extremely poor in the second half.
Yes, they didn't play well.
To lead by 2 goals in the first half, they came back, and it was more like psychologically, the game was done. We had buried the game, so let's just sit down. 8 goals to 1 at that point. There was no way we were going to come through. But Karabakh did a very good showing by coming back, drawing it 2-0 before Sven Bodman with his goal got that match winner for them. And after the game, Sandro Tonali, as a player himself, expressed displeasure towards their attitude and how they played the second half. And also the manager Eddie Howe believes that yes, they cannot capitulate. They need to keep that intensity, that mentality, score more, boost confidence, because they know they are not doing well in the league. So when you do well in these games, it builds your momentum and keeps you focused, keeps you going in games in the Premier League. So but they managed to find a winner. So 9 goals to 3 over 2 legs. That's an impressive performance from them, and hopefully they get better. But Bayer Leverkusen knew that the job was virtually done. They didn't have to force themselves too much. They relaxed, played the game, kept to the ball, kept possession, did not force themselves to score, and did not let the back or the rear open to the opponents to get back. So good progressions for the teams, and I think all the teams worked for their qualification into the next round.
Tonight is Atalanta versus Dortmund, 5:45. Dortmund lead 2-0 from the first leg. Atalanta
is going to be an uphill task for Atalanta.
They have a lot to do. Juventus take on Galatasaray. Juventus are 5-2 down from the first leg. I don't know how they are going to manage that, but let's see what Juventus can do. I doubt. I think that they are too inconsistent in Europe, and it's almost like Italian clubs can't seem to handle the intensity of some of these European games, so they may have problems there. PSG lead 3-2 against Monaco from the first leg. That is still on a knife edge, but PSG, I'm sure, will try to use their experience. Luis Enrique was very grateful to the fans for their support last week, but they will have to start better tonight. If they start anything close to what they played last week, it could be a very tough game for them. But the game that everybody wants to see, Real Madrid versus Benfica. Real Madrid lead 1-0, but the game is the game because of other reasons. Prestiani has been given a provisional ban. He's not going to play because there were concerns whether Vini would even shake his hand and whether Real Madrid fans will be very hostile towards him, but he's been given a ban. That aside, guys, can Real Madrid complete the job tonight? Or has this given Benfica extra motivation? Because these are the things Jose Mourinho likes. Kelvin, have they given Benfica something to fight with?
I think Mourinho psychologically will build his team, towards this game. He's going to work the game from the psychological point of view. Try to get his players that play for Prestiani. We are defending him as a club. He didn't do that. They want to just sabotage us. I was sent off. Mourinho won't be in the dugout today. So, knowing typical Mourinho, he's going to get into the minds of the players that it's not just a football game. They are going to war because it's a war against their word and the word of the rest of the world that Vinicius Jr. was racially abused. Now he would say, yes, you need to play. Tell them that without Prestiani, we can still make that move and go forward and get qualification. So I just hope that this evening, Real Madrid themselves can come to the party. What we saw over the weekend against Osasuna was terrible. Absolutely terrible performance. It was a performance that lacked any sort of desire, that lacked any steel, that lacked any confidence, it lacked any direction. And the likes of Vinicius Jr. and Kylian Mbappe need to rise to the occasion. These are the moments you need some of these players, because trust you me, Benfica will come into the game all guns blazing, and they are going to give Real Madrid a very tough night this evening. They may try to boo some of them, but thankfully Prestiani is not going to play. But I come to ask this question: should investigations end, Nathan and Raymond, and they find out that Prestiani did not racially abuse Vinicius, what happens? Would they have unjustifiably denied Benfica of one player who could have changed things for them if he was with his presence in the team?
I understand the question. I guess we'll have to wait
until proven guilty. I think that Prestiani should have been allowed to play this game.
Nathan, I made this point yesterday. Should have been allowed to play.
But you see, UEFA said relax. The committee said that when they did their investigation, because the main case is being investigated.
When they did their
investigation. But they said they said based on the evidence they got, it looks like something untoward.
It looks like, but not it.
Well, they say
because there's no conclusive. They are the same people when they look a decision, referee officiating decisions come from VAR. They tell us not conclusive. So if it's not conclusive, why punish the player? I am not in support of racism. And where the thing is coming from, it gives me confidence that yes, from an Argentine, we know them.
They can
racially abuse you, and they are trying. You see, they posted a video of a young boy who helped his mother survive over the weekend.
Relax. So Ray, this is why. Okay, UEFA or there was this provisional suspension. Prestiani admitted to UEFA that he used an anti-gay slur at Vini.
We want to know what he said.
So he's admitted.
So no, he said what he said was an anti-gay slur, not a racial one. Anti-gay. So because of that, they've suspended him. So now they are looking into whether he actually said the racial slur or not. But they say for admitting that you said something anti-gay, you are not playing. So the player now has admitted that he said something wrong. It just wasn't what we all thought he said. So that's the story.
Anti-gay.
But they are saying that this one is without prejudice in terms of the main case. So they are still investigating that
main case
to see if the main case tallies with what he said.
But sincerely, if he had just said anti-gay slur, if it was just that, do you think sincerely would they have punished him?
Why not? I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
You think Vinicius would have reported an anti-gay slur?
Why? So they're saying that if it were that, Vini wouldn't have reported it. Why? So you are suspecting he may have said something?
Yes, he's just trying to lie his way through. You know, words can be used in different.
That's true.
I'm a beam. I'm a beam. I'm a beam has
in context.
Different context. So today I'm a opening Kumasi. No. So if Ama is BMU. Is BMU and BMU. Difference.
There's a difference.
Yes, I'm a BM today. I'm a BM tomorrow will be
maybe something different.
So maybe the words are similar and maybe be used differently.
So yeah, that's the game. Jose Mourinho will not be on the touchline because he himself is serving a ban. He got sent off, I believe.
Yeah.
He got red carded.
And it's been over 4,650 days since he left Real Madrid and he's back to the Santiago Bernabeu. We saw him. He trained his side all right. It doesn't mean that Mourinho is not going to train his side.
No, he
trained
can
his
train
side.
them, but
the only thing is, won't be at the touchline. He won't be in the dugout. Yeah, and you see that is quite difficult when you want to get a result, a very powerful result like this, because you are not
psychologically,
yes.
Your players want to see
exactly.
you there.
You know, his presence could have done a lot for them, but let's wait and see. You know, Madrid themselves haven't done themselves any good, so it makes the tie or the contest a bit, you know, not too convincing that Real Madrid will get over the line. But I trust that they will make that progression. It's going to be tough for Juventus too, you know, 5-2
down against Galatasaray. And Juve now, it means Juve has to score 3 and
over the weekend too. The way Fabregas dismantled the team with his Como side.
So Juventus are really going through a bad time, and it could be that there won't be any Italian teams in the round of 16. So Juventus have a lot of work to do. We'll see how all these games play out tonight in the UEFA Champions League. I don't know who's on, whether it's Kosifiaka or I think it will be Eustace.
No,
Kosifiaka is on. Okay, on European nights with the gang. So follow them. If you are out and about and you are driving and you want good updates in terms of the Champions League, Kosifiaka and the gang will be there on European nights. But that's how I wrap it up this morning on the Sporty Breakfast. Many shouts to Raymond and Kelvin and all our callers and all the PE coordinators and others who spoke with us this morning. We'll be following up on all of these things. Today, Ashanti Village is doing the Super Zoo. We'll see what happens. But that's how we wrap it up on the Sporty Breakfast. My name is Nathan Crow. Many thanks for listening. Many shouts to my production team, Immortal, Angela, Abigail, and Anekia. Shout outs to Fly and Emmanuel Ayamga.